Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Omnibros Live on a Thursday night. It's your boy Gio here from Manga Geekdom, and I'm joined by my good friend, the insufferable omnibus collector, pee pee poo poo man himself. Riley, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I got ice in my mouth, but I'm doing good.
It's a chill Thursday night. I like to hear. I like the sounds of that. Thank you everybody for joining. Appreciate it as always. If you would hit the like button down below, that would mean a lot. Tonight we got some interesting news in the manga world. We got some new manga apps. We got some new manga solicits. We got some hauls. We got some reads. We got a little bit of everything. We're gonna goof and gaff along the way, and of course, we got all of you wonderful people watching. Don't forget to check out our sponsor while you're at it. That is InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. You get your omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and so much more for great discounted prices that range from 30 to 55% off at times. Free shipping in the US at orders to start at $50. And there's a loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% discount to your book orders if you make them on a weekly basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service only at InStockTrades.com. Let me share the site real quick so you can see what's been going on over there. In Stock Trades, of course, you got your current deals of the week. You got some Batman, some Flash, some Spider-Man, some Vampire Hunter D-Mans, a lot of men in here, and monsters. That's cool. You got your new releases, of course. And for you got your top sellers, looking pretty cool. And a bunch of sales as well. You got your clearances, your damages, your red tags, and a lot of spotlights. Peter David, Akira Toriyama, Inyo-san. Actually, let me click on these. It's the Dragon Ball 3-in-1s. These are fantastic 3-in-1s. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, I don't want to buy a 3-in-1 because of the paper quality." Ignore that. If you don't have a lot of budget for manga and you want to collect one of the emblematic shonen manga, I think this is the way to go. I love the covers on these 3-in-1s. These are the ones I have, by the way. And I think it's the entirety of it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, the whole thing. All 14 volumes of Dragon Ball. Minus Super, obviously. So consider getting that at 35% off. And what was the other one that I said? Inyo Asano, friend of the show. You got A Girl on the Shore, the collector's edition hardcover. You got Dead Demon's Destruction. The regular Girl on the Shore. Good Night Poon Poon. Solan in here. Okay. Must be a new printing of that because that was out of print for a while. That is also 35% off. And I believe there is a DC Omnibus Deluxe and Absolute hardcover sale. That one's brand new that I did not know about. So if you're missing some DC books, if you're into DC Comics, consider checking this out. Look at that. Swampy. All that cool stuff. So go support InStockTrades.com. They would be so happy if you did, and buy a book or two. All the manga that we're going to talk about tonight, find it here as well. All righty. It's the dynamic duo Manga Bros. Thank you. Unlike the Friday crowd or the Friday crew that is anti-backwards comics, that is such a shame. But here we welcome all orientations for all books. So
Aren't we called the Backwards Boys or something now?
we've been labeled as the Backward Boys by the Friday crew in this channel.
The Backward Boys.
I don't know how to feel about that. So thank you everybody once again for joining. Riley, did you haul anything interesting? For once, I actually do have a haul to show.
I did. Maybe you can go first because I know yours is probably a little more interesting than mine.
Sorry. I forgot to grab them. So I got a mysterious package today. Actually, couple hours ago, like 5 hours ago, and I was not expecting anything when I went to the post office, but I did get a small package, and it turned out to be Yen Press sending books, so that is really cool and awesome. Thank you so much. These will be talked about, reviewed, all that on my channel, Manga Geekdom. If you're interested, that video I'm gonna have to read them starting tomorrow because I haven't had a chance to open these yet. So early next week, probably, I'll try and get that out as soon as possible because I don't like to keep people that send stuff waiting. So I will speed run this as soon as I can during this weekend. So the first book here is Lycoris Recoil. What is it? The official comic anthology. It's labeled Lycoris Recoil Repeat Volume 1. And this is just a short story collection set in the universe of Lycoris Recoil. And it's done by a whole bunch of creators. You can take a look here at the back. I don't know if the camera can zoom in properly, but you can see the illustrators and the writers doing, the illustrations are just art pieces, and the actual comics, oh, it's not zooming in, sorry. The actual comics are just like, manga stories from different creators in the Lycoris Recoil universe, it's fun. I like that series a lot. Also from Yen, we got Rock is a Lady's Modesty, Volume 1. The anime was pretty popular, and I'm looking forward to reading this. I love that it's music-based. That is really fun and comedic. And probably one of the... Oh, look, I'll say it. Probably a hot take. I don't care. One of the best or most intriguing covers of the year for me. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it, but they sent me a copy of What Do You Call This Trash? It's all in one, technically like an omnibus release. Sorry, there you go. So I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I am interested. And I love a nice chunky book. You can quote me on that. Here's some of the art. I think it's she's an obsessive ex-girlfriend, and the main character is her boyfriend's or ex-boyfriend's brother or something, and he's the one that, even though he knows she's a problematic character, he's still in love with her. So she's still obsessed over her boyfriend or something like that. I may be off on it, but I think that's sort of the premise. We'll see. But it does have a couple colored pages here at the start, which is pretty cool. So yeah, thank you to Yen Press for sending these my way. I will talk about them on my channel as soon as I possibly can. Let's see. Not the calling all backwards. I know, man. The Friday crowd, they're a wild bunch, but we love them. Thank you, James. Here's my channel, Manga Geekdom, if you guys want to check it out. And of course, Omnibros Collector on the YouTubes. What you got, Riley?
This is the only order. Well, two things. Actually, something has just arrived, but I didn't have a chance to grab it. But these are two things that came in, two orders that came in. The first one is manga. So we've got Undead Unluck 21.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice.
And then a stack of Viz signature books, which is what I'm reading through right now. So I already read the newest Trillion game. It's volume 7. Which I'm going to say something funny about this that I've noted is I think that Riichiro Inagaki is kind of pushing Ryoichi Ikigami to... Did I say Inagaki for the... Yeah, it's Inagaki and Ikigami. But I think that Inagaki is pushing Ikigami to have more cartoonish sensibilities to some of his art than he usually does, because of how he writes. Because this is, the writer of like Dr. Stone, et cetera, et cetera. And there's a lot of very cartoonishness that goes into it. And you can see that in some of these characters, and he'll draw, like, there was one specific part in this volume, I just read it, where like this is not typical of Ikigami artwork to
Oh,
draw
I see what you mean.
characters
Yeah.
making really, you know, silly faces and having a little caricature of them like that. So I think that he's kind of pushing him. And it's funny to note that, because whenever I first read this series, I was like, that's kind of a weird pairing. Just like very, I don't want to say hyper realistic, but Ikigami's artwork is mostly pretty grounded in realism versus a creator that does usually works with people who aren't. Anyway, side note on that, I just finished that, so that's why it's like fresh in my mind. And then I am about to start reading Heart Gear Volume 6. I believe 7 is the last one on that series. Full Night Volume 6. Dog's Red Volume 2, which I read the second volume the other day, so I could catch
Volume
3. Do what?
Volume 3?
This is Volume 3. I read Volume 2 the
Oh, sorry.
catch up before 3 came in.
Gotcha.
And it's like, I was, because Colleen's a big fan of that one, and I was sending them pictures as I was reading it, and I was like, this series is so freaking funny. I was like, this is what shonen was made for. Like, these stupid poop jokes and stuff. Like, they're not literally poop jokes. Like, a lot of it is like,
Right.
like different type of, like, what did I send there? It's not in that book. What am I doing? But I sent like something where he's like, the guy like barfs and he's like, it lubricated my throat.
Oh my god. If you guys want to,
It says the puke moisturized my throat. Like
Jesus
the
Christ.
faces that they make.
and the face of the other guy, that's awesome.
That one. Just a little, I was cracking up throughout and I'm like, I'm so glad that like Noda is still himself after Golden Kamuy. He's still that, you know, goofy guy.
The video's not up to date, but if anybody's interested, sorry to butt in, we did talk about the initial chapters on the shows. If you want to search on the channel a while ago for Dog's Red, because yeah, we did a first impressions, but yeah, go ahead.
Dog's Red Volume 6, and the last signature book I got was Durkle Volume 5, which not only has Michael Jackson on the cover, but there's literally, I don't think I'm going to find it easily, but there's a page where the guy's like, says something sleepless MJ, and I was like, I don't know if my post actually went up, but I like tagged Shinichi Sakamoto on Twitter, and I just said like, sleep with Michael Jackson, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, they gotta know, they're doing it on purpose.
But it's still good. Like, I really enjoy the series. I think that everything that Sakamoto does is fantastic, but the blatant like visual inspiration coming from very much from like Jackson.
I left it at volume 3, so I do need to catch up.
Well, it's only 5. It just came out, so you're not that far behind.
Okay, so I need to do that. It's just there's too much happening at the same time, coming out at the same time. So,
and then I finally got Land.
Nice.
Sorry, I got a little bit of condensation from my cup on it. I had forgotten to order this one when it first came out, so I got it a little bit later, but finally got that one here. I'll be reading this one definitely over the weekend, if not tomorrow. And then the last one for the manga haul was Miss Ruki, which we mentioned on the show a week or two ago. I don't remember exactly when. But hold on. Hey,
yeah,
the cat on stuff. But yeah, this one comes from New York Review Comics. I got it on Alibris. I don't think that IST got it when it came out, but Alibris did have it for under cover price. Cover price is $19.95. They had it for like 14 something. But it is a 4-coma josei series from, I believe, the 80s about a young adult woman named Ruki and just her everyday life. And it's full color, 4-coma. It's about 120 story pages. And there's not really like an ongoing story. It's, you can think of it like reading Sunday newspaper strips, but not one of the ones that has an ongoing story, like not for better or for worse. Like, but yeah, it kind of has that same vibe to it in that basically every 2-page spread is one like story, something that she's doing with her friends or whatever, and it just kind of like outlines things about her, and it's humorous. Yeah, it is absolutely, it's a slice of life, but yeah, if that's your thing, if you like 4-coma, you like slice of life, you like things that I think this could be considered classic just from being like 40 years old. And that's just another thing we don't get a ton. Like, the further away from the year 2000 that we go back, we get less and less stuff. It's like we don't get a ton of stuff from the 80s, and it's kind of interesting or I don't know if interesting is the word, but it's fun. It's nice to get something like this. And New York Review Comics doesn't do that much manga either. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th manga release that they've done.
That's really random too.
Yeah, like kind of out of nowhere. Because their last one was Ninja Sarutobi Sasuke, I think. And that was another really cool release. So like they're whoever's like working on their licenses and stuff has a pretty distinct taste. And then I got one backwards book, and that was Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1. I put off buying this. This came out like months ago, and I just kept putting off buying it until now. I just realized it doesn't have, I don't think it says Volume 1 on the spine, but this is Volume 1. There should be 3 volumes to wrap this up. This one collects the first 34 issues of the ongoing Web of Spider-Man series, his 3rd solo title after Amazing and Spectacular. And it does have the issues of Amazing and Spectacular for the Kraven's Last Hunt crossover, as well as the Life in the Mad Dog Ward crossover, which was only 1 issue of Amazing Spider-Man. This wasn't my first choice for cover, so I'm glad that you think positively of it. I wanted the DM, but I waited too long. The DM was the issue 1.
Issue 1, yeah.
And that's one of my favorite Spider-Man covers of all time. And I missed out on it because I waited too long to purchase, but I did get it on discount because I think they lowered it to 50%.
What do they use inside for the boards?
That's a good question. I literally did not even,
because I think it's
the Kraven's Last Hunt.
Raven. Yeah.
This is, however, the trade paperback cover for Raven, which is based on the issue of Web of Spider-Man that's part of the crossover, but this was the recolor for the paperback edition that came out much later. And then this is the backboard cover, has Wolverine.
Nice.
And got a lot of
good books.
A lot of cool stuff in here. Let's see what kind of back. I literally haven't even cracked it open. I got it and I shelved it because I wanted to make sure how much space I needed on the shelf.
Right. Yeah.
But there's some cool back matter and stuff. There's a look at Peter and MJ's apartment during this time.
That's an odd thing to have a diagram or whatever for.
For the Daily Bugle, they've got pages for the different characters as well. And then just go past all these profile pages and stuff. And then a bunch of some covers in the back. Some cool
Nice.
with the 2 costumes. There's the
There it is.
image. I love that. I think it's Mike Zeck. No, it's Charles Vess. Sorry. Charles Vess artwork on that one. He had a really good like painted covers that he had in that era were really nice. So I'm upset with myself for waiting long enough, but I did save like $12 or something by putting it off and getting it on a further discount.
Hey, $12? That's a manga volume of another series. So
there's a bloody picture of young, I believe that's young Craven from the end of that. Yep.
Shout out. Here's a fun question, unrelated to manga, but it is related to that book, sort of. Speaking of Wolverine, did either of you see the trailer for Marvel's Wolverine video game? If so, thoughts on it?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna annoy some people. I was surprised by the level of violence. I'm like, what is this? Mortal Kombat? What the hell is happening? I think it's maybe a little bit too violent. Not that that's an issue. I don't care. But I just I'm not a fan of the over the top gore. I thought it was going to be a little bit more subdued, but that's just me. I'm lame, so whatever.
When
But
they
it looks interesting. I like Liam McIntyre as Logan. I thought that was cool. I think he'll do a good job. Sounds really cool in the trailer, his voice, and I think it's going to play more like a Uncharted-esque adventure because you're going to go to Canada, Japan, Madripoor, and stuff like that. So it's very different take from Spider-Man. I like that.
When they first announced that they were doing that, Insomniac was going to do that as their next Marvel thing, I was kind of surprised because that's not the first character that I thought about in a game from in the same like style, I guess, as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe that's just me thinking too narrow.
Or they did say that they wanted to, even though it's in the same universe, I guess they want every entry to play completely different.
Yeah, I think I was just having too narrow of scope because thinking, and this is back like when the first Spider-Man game had just come out, and thinking like many people were like, what other Marvel games should they do to like connect with this? And I think that one of the popular ideas was doing like Daredevil, but that's keeping that same scope of being like a street level type thing, and Daredevil, while not to the same degree, like also swings around buildings and stuff like that. So it seemed like a natural progression that they could do. But when they said Wolverine, I was like, I never really thought about this, but yeah, that could be cool. Like I could see biking around from area to area. Like
the combat, from what little you see because it's mostly cinematics, but there are a couple scenes, with gameplay, and some of the combos and stuff look pretty interesting. I will say I found it pretty funny. The big gaming content creators online, they were shocked and surprised that characters like Mystique and Omega Red show up in the trailer. And I'm like, I would be shocked if they didn't show up because they're staples in Wolverine stories. What are you talking about?
Why would they have been shocked about that? Are they like because they spoiled it?
I don't know. I saw somebody and they were like, "Oh my god, what is Omega Red?" I'm like, "Yeah." When I saw Omega Red, he shows up in the trailer. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's a trailer." That's I expected him to be there.
when they first announced the game, and people were like, "What villains?" Because there were people who were like, "What Wolverine specific villains are there to fill out a roster similar in size to Spider-Man. And that was one of the very first names that came up from many people, including myself, is like, oh, of course, Omega Red.
Omega Red.
Red, Sabretooth, Silver Samurai, Mystique.
Right.
There's so many. Like basically anyone related to the Weapon Plus program
Mm-hmm.
could wind up being part of this.
And I think you see in the I assume it's them. You see in the trailer the what do you call it? The what's their name? The mercenary group. Ravagers?
Yeah.
I think that's what you see in the game, the different Ravagers with the cybernetic implants or whatever. I think that's them. But it's if anybody hasn't seen it, it is extremely violent. Holy crap. It reminded me of the Mortal Kombat games where you see the gore go into detail with how the body's being dismembered and the claws going through the faces and stuff. I'm like, Jesus. It is, like Kane said, it is a M-rated game for sure. Yeah. Stiltman, let's go. That would be the final boss fight for the game, where he has to chop the legs of Stiltman.
If they did Daredevil, Stiltman would definitely be in the Daredevil game.
Could also see Deadpool being a part of it down the line, maybe a DLC. He could show up. Yeah. Crazy guy. I hope we get to see something for the Blade game soon too. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Let's go. Give me the supernatural stuff.
I completely forgot that was happening.
Yep.
And then
similar with the movie, we don't know anything about when it's going to come out.
They still have the like Captain America Black Panther game coming out, or is that?
Yes, that got delayed for late next year or something like that, but it is still being worked on.
Not shelved. So yeah, okay. Yeah, that's I don't pay attention much to gaming stuff because I don't do much gaming myself anymore, but I remember seeing stuff popping up, and I know like at some point there was a Wonder Woman game that's supposed to happen that did get canceled. Speaking of Homeboy Attorney by Day, they could do a whole Ace Attorney thing.
I thought about it, but I didn't say anything.
That would be hilarious if like half of the like daytime missions were him and it was basically just Phoenix Wright
solving cases. Yeah.
I mean,
not as expressive as Phoenix Wright, but still.
Go all the way. Go for it. Yeah. Like have Matt Murdock as like it could. If they ever did it, like they could at the very least put one time when he yells and points objection, like just as an Easter egg for fans. But like I think that balance wise, not even going into the like being an actual Phoenix Wright rip, they could do a lot with balancing like both the attorney stuff and the vigilantism by having Matt searching for clues and things for the cases that he's working, but like if they want to be really like strict about it, you have to like figure out a way that something is actually admissible in court with whatever he finds. Like maybe he's working with Ben Urich and like tips off Ben to go check something out. I think that could be a really, really well balanced experience for the game, and then have a lot of those street level characters like like of course Kingpin would have to be part of it, and you'd have others like there's a ton of them like I think the Owl they keep pretty street level. So you'd have a lot of like gang war type stuff going on, which I know that the Spider-Man games kind of played on, but they used a lot of more powered and supernatural types of characters as well. But they could lean just majority street and minority having a couple of superpowered like throw the Purple Man in there to really give you a challenge.
Fisk is also in the 1048 universe. I did not know that had a designation. Cool.
he was like the first villain in Spider-Man, so they could have it placed before or they could have it placed after.
After, would She-Hulk be the Edgeworth of the game? Hell yeah.
Yeah, have a whole they could have like a whole She-Hulk DLC where it's like a just battle in court between the two of them.
I think at the end of the day, they should just give Insomniac free reign to do the whole Marvel universe in video game form. Like, go for it. Because Spider-Man was amazing, and I'm pretty sure Wolverine's going to turn out great. I would love a proper Fantastic Four video game, but that could be pretty ambitious. I don't think anybody would tackle it. But I think, yeah, give them full reign. So speaking of apps, digitalness, we're going to switch on over to one of the main topics here. Crunchyroll, back in, I'm going to say, it was a while ago, they had a manga application that you could download.
2013.
Thank you. 2013. The only thing you needed to do was to have an account from Crunchyroll, and you could use the manga app to read pretty basic stuff. They didn't have the largest library of licenses. And I'll be honest, the app was super janky. And with the different updates for your cell phone, smartphone, and eventually all the new models that come out annually, the app sort of just got left behind. And I believe the last time I used it was either with my iPhone 8 or 11, no, 8, a while ago. I'm talking like 2018, 19, something like that. And eventually they decided to go offline. And I was able to find an article from it when it did, because I wanted to reference that before we rant about the new iteration that's happening. So this was back in December of 2023. I believe this is Popverse. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Popverse. This was when the manga was shutting down. The only reason I'm putting this on is because I wanted the people to see the UI for it. It was very like iPhone 3G era. It was very stupid, and it didn't have anything on it. But it has a statement from Anime News Network. All right, let's jump ship back to here.
It lasted until 2022, I think. Like, so you would think it would be pretty up to date.
Oh, you guys can't see anything. Holy crap, my bad. There we go. All right. The company had sent an email beginning 2003. The company launched the manga service in October of 2013. The service was simultaneously publishing titles from Kodansha in over 170 countries. Crunchyroll removed 14 simulpub titles in 2018 and removed 10 catalog titles in March of 2018. Kodansha then removed a number of its manga titles from Crunchyroll on January 31st. Kodansha had issued a statement to Crunchyroll saying that its suspension of simulpub updates was due to changes in its distribution program for simulpubs. Now we know that K-manga is a thing and all that, so obviously they just said, like, see you later, Crunchyroll, and we'll do our own thing, but make it even worse. So that's a story for another day. So now, fast forward to September of 2025, and we have this news item. Crunchyroll manga is happening again. It's launching in the US, Canada on October 9th for iOS and Android. So, okay. It announced on Thursday today that it's launching the manga app on the platforms with a browser version on October 15th. The ad-free app will be separate from the main Crunchyroll streaming service. The app will launch hundreds of titles, including One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demons of the Shadow Realm, My Dress Up Darling, Licorice Recoil, hey, shout out. There we go. Matt. Delicious in Dungeon, so on and so forth. You can see some of the titles highlighted there. This is the part that pissed me off. Pre-existing subscribers to Crunchyroll's Ultimate Fan subscription tier, which is their highest tier for $16, will be able to use the service at no additional cost. So it's included. Okay, cool. The fan and mega fan tiers, I think I'm at fan, by the way, will be able to add access to the app for an additional cost of $4 for the fan tier and an additional $3.50 for the mega fan tier. I hate this because you could have easily have added the app for free for all Crunchyroll users. You didn't need to do this. So they want me to get another subscription, basically, or not another subscription, but add more money to the Crunchyroll bill, which is not happening in this household. Sorry. So Crunchyroll describes the service as being powered by Link U Group, the Japanese media company that operates such digital manga sites like Kamiki, Compass Manga Store, Webtoon company Studio Moon, and VTuber streaming production company Romance, or however you pronounce that. Features for the app include mobile, tablet, browser compatibility, downloading chapters for offline reading, light and dark mode, full page spreads, and the ability to create a personalized reading list with recommendations. Okay, cool. So what do you think about this?
Is it launched or is it coming
October 9th?
I think I would like to see about like the UI and about like how the titles themselves are presented and stuff like that. Because as it says on there, it's they have stuff from multiple different publishers, but are they giving them their same versions of their digital stuff? And did it say that it includes Kodansha or no? It was a little bit lower.
Over here it talks about the previous one.
No, up above that.
Sorry.
Their
partner publishers for the service include Alpha Police, the Alpha Police, baby, Compass, Square Enix, Viz Media, Yen Press, Shueisha, J Novel Club, and Third Line Next. Gotta say it with the Next.
So it's like
no Kodansha. Sorry.
Viz and Shueisha, who both already have active and like pretty well praised digital, like Manga Plus, the Viz app, the Shonen Jump app are all pretty well received. Square Enix was doing that one that people really shat on for a while, but like the Kodansha stuff not being on here, it's kind of funny, like because obviously they want to stick to K manga, but I think like if they had decided to partner with them on this, they could have seen numbers and show like, are people more willing to read for the subscription price, or which we know that would be the case, like their method of like token purchases and stuff is not good, but they definitely should have signed up at least to get some sort of a read on how this works. But I also think the pricing is really funny because the like top subscription is already like $15 or whatever. So if you have a mega subscription, you might as well just upgrade to the next one up because it's going to be about the same price.
Yeah. I don't like the idea that it's an add-on. Honestly, I hate it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty dumb as well. Like I see why they're doing it that way. I know why they're doing it that way, and I think that at the end of the day, they could have at the very least, I feel like maybe done like only the top subscription comes with it, because there's so many other things that are only available when you get the higher subscription model. And so just adding another thing on there, that would probably be a good way for them to push people into that highest subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not doing that. I don't care. Like, I have the middle subscription right now just because we were using the download episode feature.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is available on just fan subscription. But I need to lower that because I don't use that feature anymore because we caught up on One Piece and that's what we were using it for. So you could watch it on like airplanes and stuff.
This is a good comment. It'll be interesting to see how well this app actually does for them. To be honest, I'd rather them invest their time and money into their already existing employees instead of a reading app. That's also true because your main focus is a streaming thing for anime. I don't know. The previous app did not do well, so I don't know if this one will succeed.
I think they just had layoffs recently.
Probably. Sounds about right.
Because I remember seeing someone on LinkedIn posting something about like, I was let go from my position at Crunchyroll, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how much. I think that was an article on ANN recently, actually. It was about Crunchyroll layoffs. So yeah, they're not even going to pretend like they're going to care for their employees and staff and stuff. But I would have said, because obviously they don't care about the people, they could have at least fixed their site because their store UI is still fucked.
You can see a little bit of it here. This is an ad from them, but I'm looking. I can't find. How do I look for Crunchyroll, their news blog or whatever, to see if they posted anything?
I don't know, because their site's fucked. Like,
I
hate like any time that you have some sort of program or whatever and it gets split into several different like facets that are all connected. And Crunchyroll is the perfect example of this because I will try to like go to one part of Crunchyroll and it will send me to, it's like, oh, I want to go to the store, but the store is a completely different site than the streaming service is a completely different site than like the news is it. So it's like all very compartmentalized in ways that are not very convenient. And it like, I feel like sometimes when that happens, my login doesn't work correctly across everything and it's really annoying. And that's what happens when they decide to buy up everything they can without thinking about actually being effective with it. So yeah, Crunchy is fucking stupid.
Premium add-on. So I think this is just an add-on. You need Crunchyroll. You can't get it by itself to answer Hfield. So
yeah, no, you have to at least pay $11.99 to access this, but it's under the guise of it being $3.50 or $4 or whatever, because they're like, oh, but you were already paying for Crunchyroll, weren't you?
The cool thing is that you get to watch the shows. They have a huge catalog. So here's a little bit of the UI, by the way, for this one.
The other thing of note is like they're only partnered with the publishers that have a specific relationship with a Japanese publisher. So like, Viz, Square Enix, and Yen Press, but there's nothing with like any of the independent publishers, like Square Enix being not Square Enix, Seven Seas being the biggest one, and then everyone else after that, like the ones that are not specifically related to a Japanese publisher, which tells me that like they probably are, because they are dealing with those licensors and not so much with the publishers. Maybe we'll see something different in the future. Like maybe Seven Seas does work with them. I don't know. We'll see what happens, or like if someone else. But a lot of the independent ones wind up going with like a lot of independent publishers have their digital stuff on like Azuki, and Azuki also has a lot of Kodansha stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to a lot of the digital things.
Viz and Square also put a lot of their stuff as ebooks, paper chapter, and Bookwalker. I wonder if their subscriber counts have plateaued on their own platforms or something. I don't know. I think it's just them covering all bases and wanting to get everything out there. For if you're a Bookwalker person, you go over there, and I don't know. Sorry.
I think Bookwalker has is available in different regions. That
is a global thing. So yeah,
because the Viz app is still not available globally, right? Like last I recall.
The last update, it got included to the UK and Australia, but I don't think it's available worldwide.
Yeah.
I might have made that up. Sorry. I have no idea. Speaking of Crunchyroll's storefront, I noticed my open orders are full of a bunch of old orders that are now pending. That side, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I'm so sorry that you're experiencing that. Tomato. I ain't getting a paid Crunchyroll account just to read some manga. Yeah. I mean, at least this looks prettier than the previous version. So shout out if that means anything. Look at that. This is the food manga that I forgot the name of. Some sweet looking tempura and stuff. So will it succeed? I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. I ain't getting it. I wish it was included in my fan subscription because I do use Crunchyroll, but we're not going to get it. Let me close this.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that. I don't. I think the only thing I read digitally is One Piece anyway. So like, there's no point in me doing that.
This is the previous one. Sorry. Speaking of manga, let me do a little transition here. We got some licenses that got announced. Tokyo Pop announced a bunch of stuff on Monday. License these titles, which I don't know if you guys want me to read them. This is In the Twilight of Our Adolescence from Waka Hayashi, coming out this November. A story about boys who grow from boys to adults during adolescence. What? Wait, what? A story about boys who grow from boys to adults during it? Isn't that supposed to happen? And who worry, make mistakes, and gradually come to terms with the many facets of life. Okay. I mean, sure, Tokyo Pop. All right, cool. The other one is Touched by Twilight by Yuki Aki Uno. This is a historical BL manga about a mentor and a student torn apart by a family conflict, only to find each other once again years later. I'm confused by the cover because that is not the one that I found when I was making the thumbnail. So now I don't know what's happening. And then if you go to the different stores, they have a third cover, which I don't know. About a love song from this comes out December 2nd, by the way. About a Love Song comes out in December by Hiroko Natsuno. Band member Hoshina loves music but struggles to write love songs while working part-time at a convenience store. He's drawn to his younger co-worker, Seto, but doesn't expect anything to come of it until the two get caught in the rain and end up spending the night together. And then all this happens right here. You can pause it and read it. So, yeah, pretty cool, I guess. None of these books are for me, but they might be for you. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. Then Seven Seas announced some very interesting and funny books that some of you will not like. Others will be interested, and some will be indifferent towards. But that's why we're here to talk about them. Um, we don't talk about airship on this title on this show, but we're gonna do it now because I thought this was a manga at first, and I got excited. Ooh, sorry. Seven Seas licensed Space Orc Barbarian Raider of the Stars aiming for the Queen. That is the coolest sounding title that I've heard in the month of September. And I got so excited only to be um, shocked by the news that it's an airship light novel series.
Well, maybe if it does well enough, they'll pick up the manga. I'm assuming there's a manga because it usually when light novel is in parentheses next to it, that means there is also a manga version.
Right.
So if it
That
does
sounds
well,
like a 90s anime. I know. That's what's so cool about it. A space
Orc.
orc? Hell yeah. And he's a raider of the stars. Let's go. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm going to read it.
And he's aiming for the queen.
Yeah, right. That could be subliminal or direct, like literally going to kill her or something. I don't know.
It's also like somewhat of a long title, but not like overwhelmingly, you know? It's not a very like overly descriptive title. It's a pretty normal subtitle for something. Space Orc, Barbarian Raider of the Stars, aiming for the Queen. It's not too long. It's like just on the cusp of being too long.
But I'm reading the description.
He wants to marry the Queen.
He wants to marry the Queen, so it's not about murder. So that's good. We like that. We don't stand here for murder. Okay, cool. Shout out. But for the manga, actually, let me switch since we're talking about light novels on Light Novel Bros Live. Also coming out is this Al the Adventurer. That magic shouldn't work. We're getting both the manga and the light novel series. Let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry, can't see that. There you go. Seven Seas is putting out Al the Adventurer. After being kidnapped by goblins at the age of 3, young Al is rescued thanks to his grandfather's bright and powerful magic, something Al had never witnessed before. From then on, Al became fascinated with magic and learned everything he could about it. But the path to mastering magic is far from easy. Even after 12 years of arduous training and preparation, Al's journey is only just getting started. Now that he's an official adventurer, Al is ready to travel across the land in hopes of finding the rare ancient document known as the Book of Spells. So the first light novel, comes out next year. But what we're here for is the manga. The first volume of the manga will be released in June of 2026 for $14 in single volume editions. Shout out. Where do I had the cover and I lost it. Because that doesn't do it justice. Hold on. Al, where you at? This is Alphonse Elric from an Alchemist. I do like the cover. There we go. So that is pretty bright and colorful. I do want to check that out. And then we got a Ghost Ship book. I wonder how I did not check how the internet reacted to this. As you know, Ghost Ship is putting out I'm Fine with Being the Second Girlfriend. This is by Inoko and Yojo Nishi. A romance about a couple settling for second best while learning that the first choice isn't always meant to be. Shido and Akane have a secret relationship that they keep to themselves despite having feelings for other people. The two act like lovers when they're alone, knowing their hearts ache for their first choices. They even made a promise to end things the moment feelings with their first choice became mutual. But as they grow closer with each other and their crushes, the act becomes something real, something unexpected. When it comes down to picking their crush or the person that has grown closest to them, Will they be able to make the right choice? The first volume comes out in July, single volume editions. And it's a ghost ship, so it's not safe for work. Let me show you the cover for that real quick. No, that's not it. What the heck? Sorry, folks. Excuse my G-rated language. There you go. This is it. That's the cover for that one. Pretty sultry, as the kids would say.
I don't think kids call it sultry.
What would you call it?
I don't know. I'm not a kid.
No. And kids would say something else. I would say it's a cover brimming with personality. Good for them. So shout out to Ninoko and Yojo for putting that out, I guess. And then this is the one I'm really interested in. Sounds pretty cool. Printernia Nippon. This is by Maigo. Probably butchered all of that, but that's okay. We're here to learn, folks. A cozy story about a man living in the future and the strange creature he printed out. So this is like 3D printing, but in a manga and in the future. In the not-so-distant future, Japan continues to make extraordinary discoveries and advancements, including the ability to print your own companion. With a bioprinter, anyone can have the critter of their dreams. Well, assuming it prints correctly, that is. Unfortunately for Sato, while trying to print a Shiba Inu, an error results in a totally different creature, one that has never been seen before. Sato has no idea what he's created or how to care for it, but despite the oddities, he's endeared by the squishy and soft cutie. Even his friend is charmed by the odd loaf-shaped pet and gives it the perfect name, Mochi Mochi. But when Sato learns that there are others like Mochi, their social circle begins to grow, leaving them with more questions about this peculiar printed pal. The first volume comes out in September, so we got to wait a whole year, unfortunately, for $15 in large trim editions. Let me show you the cover for that one. The heck did I do with the cover? Let me do this. Copy here. There you go. I have no idea what's happening in that, but I want to check that out. I'm so excited. Look at that little guy.
My top pick for this round for sure.
If you had a bioprinter, what would you print?
A bioprinter, I would.
Yeah. Like right now, fictional stuff that you like from pop culture. What would you print and for it to come alive?
I was thinking I would print out groceries so I wouldn't have to buy food.
But that, it depends on what you. So if it's a bioprinter, the only groceries that would come out would be vegetables, right? Or because the meat and stuff, it's already dead.
Yeah, so I would print the animals so that I could make the meat.
Ah, okay. All right, look at you,
I would print my own farm. Like if that series doesn't touch on that, I would be very surprised. But like you could bioprint your own animals to fill your own farm to make meat, like bioprint cow substitutes and pig substitutes and chicken substitutes.
I would print Digimon and Pokemon. Sorry. Your idea, it makes more sense and is more
practical,
economically sound, or whatever. That's a word. But I would go for the fantastical, and I would print Patamon and a Totodile. That would be my two choices. I print myself a brush buddy from Witch Hat Atelier. That's a cool idea. I thought this Printernia manga sounded cute. I'm all in. I want to check this out. Do we know how long this series is?
I don't think so. I can check.
Let's see. Who can check faster? Probably you. Let's see. Printernia started in 2019.
It's got 5 volumes right now, and it is still going in Mato Grosso magazine from East Press.
What if Seven Seas decides to do Printernia Nippomnibus, and you get all 5 volumes in one?
The
And
print.
it would sell extremely well. The author for Printernia has only worked on Printernia and an anthology for what is this? Vampire Dies in No Time. Speaking of, do you know if anybody has Vampire Dies in No Time?
I don't think so.
That would be a fun series. I would like to see that in English. The anime was super fun.
It's 24 volumes right now, so it's a little long already.
My favorite bit. I mean, look at this. They got Kingdom. Anything's possible.
Well, they got Kingdom, so now nothing else is
This
possible.
would be so cheap to get compared to Kingdom. I would. Oh, Kane. That's the best answer. I would print all the animals who passed onto the Rainbow Bridge. I miss them. Don't make me emotional. Come on now. But that's the. See, I went with the selfish answer. I want a Totodile. You guys went with smart choices. What the hell? Don't give me this power. I will ruin it for everybody. So that was it from Seven Seas. Pretty light. A little bit of everything for everybody, I guess. You got one for the 18 and up crowd. You got some light novels that we don't care about, but if you do, that's great. More power to you. Don't hate the video just yet. And some fun and wacky series, which is what I'm all about when I collect manga. This is the type of stuff I'd like to collect and have. So shout out. There was one, and I feel really stupid because I found a news item that I wanted to talk about. I closed the link by accident, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. I found the Tokyo Pop thing by accident, but it was something else. So forgive me, chat. There was one topic that's missing from this show, and I can't seem to recall what it was. In that case, Gatomon, Black Gatomon, Cyndaquil, and Shiny Eevee. Black Gatomon is great. My favorite appearance is in the previous Digimon series, the Ghost Stories. The hell was it? It's not anime. I don't know. Also, the new anime season's dropping soon, and I don't know what I'm going to do because I have not finished the current season. I am way behind on everything. This has been, for a lot of people, it's going to be funny and not so serious, and it isn't. So this is just for goofs and gaffs. But this is one of the greatest tragedies that I'm experiencing right now as a manga and anime fan. I started out with 23 different shows for the summer season, and I was able to catch up with maybe 5 of them. Some I had to pause or delete and then come back later and watch them because I can't. I don't know. It's been so weird. I've been so busy and it's a combination of being lazy and busy at the same time. I don't know what it's called, but I hate it. Right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 shows that I'm at least halfway through. And I think we have like 1 or 2 weeks left before the fall season starts. And that brings in like at least 30 different shows that people are super excited about. So I don't know how I'm going to deal with the stress of catching up with older stuff and newer stuff at the same time. So wish me luck.
What do we have the list of the everything?
Yeah, I'll show you. Let me go to my Banny list. My Annie list is Manga Geekdom. If you guys are there, you can check me out and we can be friends there. Hold on. Coming next season. There we go. Alrighty. So let me share my. Dude, what the hell? Sorry. I need to take this off here. There we go. Okay. So this is the stuff that's airing. So let me do streaming on advance. How do I want to hide the movies because we're not going to see them. They have to air in Japan, and then we can maybe get them over here. Let me zoom in. Okay, so these are the things that people are excited for. We got One Punch Man season 3, Spy Family season 3, My Hero Academia final season, part whatever, To Your Eternity season 3. We got My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me. We got Campfire Cooking in Another World season 2. May I Ask for One Final Thing? This Monster Wants to Eat Me. You know, I'm going to watch that. Zombieland Saga, that's a movie, if I remember correctly. Yes, it's a movie. I am a huge fan of that franchise, so I cannot wait. Hopefully, it does show up in English because I need it. Where's the stupid GIF? There it is. I love Zombieland Saga. That's one of my favorite comedies. Ranma One Half, the season 2 of the reboot. I really, really, really enjoyed the first season. Highly recommended. I thought it was great. Some people were being party poopers and saying, "Oh, we don't need this if we have the manga in the season one." I'm like, shut up! I need it. That's all that matters. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds something that I don't know. The hero. There we go. Disney's Twisted Wonderland, the animation season 1 episode of Hearts Somebody. Sanda is showing up. This one's on Prime. If you have Prime, you can watch it soon. It comes out in 7 days. Undead Unluck has a one-shot special episode, an OVA basically. So I think that should show up on Crunchyroll. Did you ever watch the adaptation of Undead Unluck?
Mm-mm.
It's really good. I think it's by friends of the show.
David Production.
Yeah. I think you would like it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, people
Pretty good.
were like, they need to stop doing Undead Unluck so that they can go
For
back
JoJo.
to and I'm like, that's not how it works.
That's not how that works, man. Let This Grieving Soul Retire. That's us when we get to the 10th anniversary, 10-year anniversary for Omnibros. Chitose is in the Ramune bottle. Wand Dance is getting the adaptation finally.
I'm looking forward to seeing if they use licensed music or not.
I saw the trailer. I don't know if I can play it here. And I was a little bit bummed out by the CGI dancing that they used.
Yeah, it didn't look very good.
I'm not interested in that. I'm like, I think I can skip it. I'm good.
If with that shitty looking animation, just being frank, and if they license the music for it, it's gonna be like the ugliest, most expensive anime.
Jesus.
Didn't they do rotoscoping on it?
That could be it. Maybe that's why it's so weird looking. I'll check. Hero Without a Class. Who even needs skills? There you go. Oh, I can't read this. It's in Japanese. What the hell? Bukyo na Senpai. Whatever that means. Hell yeah. Tales of Wedding Ring season 2. This is like ecchi Lord of the Rings. I have some of the manga, and it's just it's that. The art is phenomenal. The story, not so much, but it's worth checking out for the art, in my opinion.
I'm watching the trailer right now for Wand Dance.
Wand Dance, yeah.
And it might be rotoscoped, and that's why it looks off. It's like for anyone that watched Smiling Friends, that one episode with the guy that like comes in and like they have that fight that was like rotoscoped. That's what this looked like.
Casey's asking, how's the manga for Wand Dance? I have not read it. Sorry.
It's good. Like it's basically a sports drama series, but the sport is dancing.
Yeah.
It reads just like most sports series, but whenever they first announced that it was going to be, I've been saying this forever. Like I've said it so many times, when they announced that it was going to be an anime, even before it got announced to be an anime, I was like, if this ever gets animated, it could be really good to see like the actual dancing animated, because obviously it's a little awkward to have it on the page, but they do pretty well with like showing each individual. See, I don't know if the first volume is the best one, but like they do pretty well to show like the individual steps of the dances and stuff, and the movement, but they have specific music shown. Like this is the scene from the trailer is this.
Oh, can we do it? Okay, let me find the trailer here so we can do a comparison.
Because
I'll just show stills of it.
This is where the trailer is she's on the bridge, and I think this is where it sees her, and these are the moves per the manga. And then
compare that to this. I think we can show it. We're fine. I'll just pause it briefly. That's fine. But then it does that.
Or it's not this part.
I don't like that. To be honest with
you. There's a different trailer that has the scene on the bridge specifically, and it's really, really awkward looking.
Send that on the chat. I'll play it. I mean, rotoscoping can be really good looking, but not in that damn trailer. Let's see.
Rotoscoping can be really good looking. It can also be really bad looking. It's at like 27 seconds. Okay, so watch this right here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so that's the animated version. And she has no emotion.
I was just going to point that out. The movement is fine because we're doing that, but it loses any emotion through the faces. Yeah. What the hell's happening here?
Meanwhile, looking at the manga again, like look at her face during those scenes. Like she's feeling something there. And that's the same scene. So
hold on. I'm highlighting you. Give me a second. Share my screen again.
There's more of that. Like it's like disgustingly bad.
So shout out.
Trying to see.
Oh my god.
Examples, and I might be from the most recent volume, so like spoilers, I guess, if I can find how they showed one of the like they do like breakdancing stuff, so they'll have scenes like that, like just blur for motion and like motion lines and stuff.
What the hell? That is not what I want to.
Really kinetic looking pages and stuff. So it's a really, really well done manga, and the dancing looks fantastic in the series, and they're completely gonna crap all over it from at least what we can see. which is a shame because I feel like an anime can be the biggest advertisement for people to check out a manga, and I don't know if this is going to be the type of thing where someone's going to look at that and be like, wow, this sucks, I bet the manga's better, or they're just going to be like, wow, this sucks, and write it off.
So okay, so the other one's airing is this thing from Gintama. I don't know what this means. Gumi Ginpachi Sensei. It's a new series.
Mr. Ginpachi's zany class.
There you go. Oh, why is it all in? It's all in Japanese. What the hell?
I've got the translations on my anime list.
Hold on. Oh, wait a minute.
Wand Dance is Japanese for Wand Dance.
Wand Dance is all I need. Hold on.
I need a Wand Dance. Pass the monster meat, my lady. Oh, more Uma Musume is coming out.
Okay. I know I'm annoying the chat, but give me a second. I don't know. I'm trying to get the best view. There you go.
She's mad too.
Share screen. Entire screen. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. Okay. So there we go. Gintama. That was the last one that I was mentioning. Gintama, Mr. Ginpachi's zany class. There we go. This one here is my gift level. Oh, this is the 9,999. Oh, let's go, dude. Heck yeah.
They shortened the title.
Hey, why isn't it supposed to be in English? What the hell? My gift level 9,999 unlimited gacha backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. I'm out for revenge. So they did change the title, yeah. Compared to the manga, which is I'm gonna read it. Why not? Backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. My party tried to kill me, but thanks to an infinite gacha, I got level 9,999 friends, and I'm out for revenge. Oh yeah. So that is finally coming out. I'll check it out. I didn't know this was that series. Just for the stupid title, I want to check it out. Uma Musume, Cinderella Grey. This one is, which one's this? A wild last boss appeared, which seems like one of those Overlord, yeah, where they get stuck in a video game or whatever. The one that one of my most anticipated ones is Tatsuki Fujimoto's 17 to 26, which are the short story adaptations. That one is also available through Prime if you have the service. And then we have Inexpressive Kashiwada and Expressive Ota. Dusk Beyond the End of the World. That one's about AI and cyborgs, I believe. Dad is a hero. Mom is a spirit. I'm a reincarnator. I don't know what that's about. Good for them. The banished court magician aims to become the strongest. Then we have Yano-kun's Ordinary Days. Scarlet over here. Past the Monster Meat, milady. One of my favorite anticipated releases, Isekai Quartet. I love Isekai Quartet. and can't wait to watch that. Kokuryu Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, but that's season 2. We have Little Miss Vampire Can't Suck Right, which was released by Yen, I believe, right? The manga.
Yeah.
Mechanical Marie is coming out. I
Also,
mentioned before that I decided to not get the manga because I want to watch the adaptation first.
it's cute. It's a fun idea.
A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai. Star Brighter Than the Sun. We got a Digimon series, so I'll be watching that one. Digimon Beat Break. I hope that means there is dancing and
It's
beats Wand Dance at its own game.
crossover with Wand Dance.
Yeah. This one says E-Pulse, which is generated by human thoughts and emotions, was used as the energy source for an AI support device, Sapotama. From the shadows of this remarkable development, terrifying monsters appeared. Digimon are living beings that evolved by consuming E-Pulse. Tomoro Tenma is drawn into an extraordinary experience after meeting Gekomon, who suddenly appears from his Sapotama. While living together with Kyo and other members of the bounty hunting team Golden Dawn, Tomoro renews his resolve. What new future will be forged by humans and Digimon? This looks sick. I love the Gekomon. Looks pretty cool. Let me show you that. Look at that little guy. And the other one looks like a Tanuki. I don't know. I dig it. Next to Digimon is Touring After the Apocalypse. I think you have that series, right?
Yeah, no, it's pretty fun. It's just a cozy little
it's a cute girls doing cute things type of series, but this time they're touring the after the apocalypse.
Yeah, it's the title. I think the title is pretty self-explanatory, but and the image of them on the bike kind of shows you exactly what's happening. They're just on a bike riding around. The apocalypse has already happened, and just things that they see and do in this post-apocalypse.
This one is airing on Crunchyroll, by the way. Most of them will be on Crunchyroll.
So if you are wanting to buy the new Crunchyroll manga thing, you will also get access to Touring After the Apocalypse, the anime.
There you go. The hell is this? No crap. I don't know. The other one next to it is Hands Off Sawaranai de Kote Sashikun. That one looks kind of etchy from the art. But if it's by PA Works, I will probably watch it because I watch all of their anime. Who's doing this? Wave Studios. I don't know who does. Oh, Wave is doing etch. Oh, they do etchy stuff. Huh. Okay. Never mind. Moving on. The next one here is The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess. I read volume 1 of this and thought it was pretty funny, so I do recommend it. With You, Our Love Will Make It Through. I'm excited for that one. I'll check that out.
Pretty cute. I've been reading the manga. The first 3 volumes have come out. It's pretty cute.
The next one is pretty interesting. I think people should check it out. A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace. This one says here, this is based off the manga. Futami, a novice shoujo manga artist, is finally publishing her beloved shogi manga, Dear Subaru. But the stress makes her stomach hurt. She's forced to push the deadline for her first chapter, and she isn't making any progress on the storyboards. To top it off, she's gaining weight from midnight snacking and starts having wild delusions. Will Futami be able to enjoy life as a manga artist? I love shows that deal with creating either anime or manga, so I'll check this out. This one's also Crunchyroll? Yeah. That's Crunchyroll. The next one here is Aono Orchestra, second season. Don't know about that. Girls Band Cry. I think this is a movie. Star Wars Visions, Volume 3. This one's finally an anime again. This third season, all the studios are Japanese studios. So I will check that out. Let's Play. Quest for Let's Play. Yeah, this one's pretty interesting. It's a gaming based on video games, I think. Kingdom, 6th season. No, thank you. Cat's Eye. That one, I believe it's airing on Hulu and Disney Plus, if you can believe it. Alma-chan Wants to Be a Family. We got Tojima Wants to Be a Common Writer. We have an OVA for Golden Kamuy. The which story arc is this, or story?
For which one? Oh,
Golden Kamuy.
I saw that, and I don't remember.
It says no, the OVA will adapt the Inazuma Goto to Mamushino Ogin and Shimai Naga chapter. There we go. I don't know what part of that is in the manga.
See, because I don't recall off the top of my head those characters. So I'm gonna try to see.
It's one OVA, so it's gonna be like 30 or 40 minutes. There's a trailer if you want to check it out for it. Okay, sorry, this is a little confusing because I have two screens open at the same time. Hosenka, I have no idea what that is. Looks like a kids show. Plus-sized Misadventures in Love, which had a interesting reception when it got announced. Shabake, however you pronounce it. We got Pelaliu Rakuen something. Ninja versus Gokudo. I had no idea this was getting an anime.
Yeah, I need to finally read the manga because that was one of the ones I've been buying and I just never started reading it. So I now have irresponsibly, because it'll suck if I just hate it, I now have 9 volumes of that series. And I keep telling myself, like, all right, I'm gonna start reading it now, and then I just get really like distracted catching up with other stuff.
Love Live is getting a movie. I don't follow Love Live, but I know that has a huge fan base online. Girls Band Cry has another movie. We have here, I don't know how to read this. SI-VIS CVs, The Sound of Heroes. Next to it is Potion, Wagami Tasukeru. Gang Lion. The hell is Gang Lion? Give me a minute.
I think Ganglion.
Sorry. Ganglion. Set in the early 2000s, the story of Ganglion follows the everyday adventures of Kenji Isobe, a professional henchman for the Ganglion Corporation, which plots world domination with evil schemes such as Operation Tokyo Cedar Pollen and Operation Mount Fuji Detonation. Kenji's workplace is a battlefield where every day he has to deal with workplace drama, unreasonable bosses, and crushing defeats at the hands of the hero, Hope Man. Okay, this is like you're following the grunts at the that work for the bad guy, for the villain.
So the Golden Kamuy OVA, I didn't remember that part because it was back in like volume 11 or something, like really early in this, or in the first like third of the series. So it's been quite a while since I read it, but it is from chapters 102 to 107. And according to the Golden Kamuy Wikia page, that arc was covered in episodes 18 and 19 from season 2, and I guess OVA 2 will cover whatever that didn't cover.
Interesting. HBO pointed out that Hosenka might be the movie from the director of Odd Taxi. That might be worth checking out. I love Odd Taxi. This, I have no idea what this is. Let me find the English title. Oh, it doesn't have an English title. What the hell? What is this? This is no English title. Okay. Heika Watashi something something. Shout out. And then you get a bunch of random stuff here. This is the over at the bottom is the stuff that you really have to be an uber anime nerd to want to consume this on a seasonal basis. Because this is not getting picked up by Crunchyroll or different streaming services.
A lot of those look like the ones that'll be like 2 or 3 minute long episodes.
Right, yeah. I do know this one. This is from Hiro Morikawa.
Yeah.
Her autobiographical comedy manga where she draws herself as her avatar.
Which is I think the only work of hers that we don't have licensed in English, like as far as the actual manga goes.
Look at that. Look at the art on this thing. That's the art for anybody wondering. It's goofy. It's silly. Oh, there! Look at that poop. All right, cool. So shout out. And I think that's it for the anime. So you can see there are quite a few things coming out.
Oh, I was wrong. There's another series of hers that we don't have called Raiden 18. It was a single volume, I guess, but it was published irregularly from 2005 to 2021.
Oh wow.
So it was 4 chapters and an epilogue published like over the course of 16 years.
Yep. So a lot of people are excited. Will I be able to watch this in real time? I don't know, but I do want to watch the Tatsuki Fujimoto, which it is. Different studios are tackling each short. I am excited for this one. Definitely excited for Sanda. Tales of Wedding Ring. Why not? And this monster wants to eat me. It's a mermaid yokai horror GL series. That's a mouthful right there.
I think we only had, aside from One Piece this season, was the summer Hikaru died and Gachakuda, but like
Gachakuda.
Even just watching 2 titles, we fell behind on stuff.
Look at that.
We'll have to see as the new things start coming out, maybe because we do still have Crunchy, you can pay attention to what's coming out and see what looks interesting.
I want you guys to check out something. Hold on. Since this is important. Hold on. Search. What the hell, bros? Season. Summer. This is the stuff that's airing right now.
I got your cooter.
What the hell was it? Dandadan was fun. I really enjoyed season 2. It ended on volume 9 or 10 of the manga. But that's not it. I want you to check out City.
I was gonna say, like, that's one that I want to check out. It's on Amazon, right?
Yeah, it is so freaking good. The animation, I think, is easily, it should be on people's list for best of the year. And if it's not, what the hell's wrong with you people? This is some of the most gorgeous looking show, anime, whatever, that you're going to watch, even if the plot makes no sense. And because every episode is just like random shenanigans in this eccentric town in Japan. They do interconnect because it's the city. You see characters weaving out of every episode, in and out. But it is so good. Fantastic stuff. Highly recommend it. It's still airing. Episode 13 airs soon. That one, and what was the other one? I did talk about a second one that was really well animated. Let me scroll through this list.
New Panty and Stocking.
I've not seen that. Yeah. Friggin' this thing.
Oh yeah.
Rudy Rocks.
Yes.
This is really like, who the hell made this? Bind Studio, which is the one that makes Homeboy, Mushoku Tensei. This studio is brand new. They were created in 2019 specifically to tackle Mushoku Tensei because it's a huge series with multiple story arcs. But now they've been branching out and adapting different things, and Rudy Rocks is the latest one. Gorgeous stuff. Even if you don't care for the story, even if you don't care about these two girls with their rock expedition, whatever it's called, I don't know, looking for rocks and minerals and stuff. The animation is like movie quality in most episodes. Really good stuff. So if you want to check out stuff for the visual aspect, Rudy Rocks, which is on Crunchyroll, and City on Prime, I do recommend those. And I've been watching on Crunch or Netflix, Togen Anki.
Mhm.
I thought I was gonna like it. I kind of do, but it's like Naruto, but
Mhm.
yokai oni, and that's it. It's the same tropes as your classic battle shonen, but with oni. And there's one character I like, and that's a homegirl. What's her name? She's bound to be here. Hey, that's the goat right there, Kuina. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say anything, but she's a great character. So yeah, that's my quick little journey here. I was meant to do a live stream on one of my channels talking about this stuff, but I hijacked Omnibros and did it here. Whatever. So shout out. Freaking Rent a Girlfriend is still going for some reason. Season 4, and the manga has like 40 freaking volumes already. Holy crap.
I am surprised that they haven't, that Kodansha US has not done like omnibus volumes of it, just with the length of it.
Right. This one was surprisingly good. I found it pretty humorous, and I dug it. What's the English title for this one? God. Dealing with the Mikadono sisters is a breeze. This is by PA Works. PA Works is one of my favorite animation studios, and I tend to watch pretty much everything they do, so I have to watch it. I did keep up with this and finished season 1, and really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I liked it. My favorite character was Nico. I thought she was the best of the girls. And anything else worth talking about before we close this episode? I don't know. There's a lot of. Oh, this was a disappointment. I'm sorry. Night of the Living Cat. The manga might be great, but holy crap, I hated the show. I was waiting for that to end.
If you look at the like art from the manga compared to the animation for the anime,
I know. That's what pissed me off.
I think I watched the first episode and I was like, you know, it got the concept, but I didn't go any further than that because like I think it's just the pacing is off and stuff. But it's really fun. I've read the first 3 volumes of the manga so far, so I'm a couple behind. But like it goes into different like tropes of different types of movies. So whereas it starts out, it's, you know, zombie stuff, but then later it makes fun of like Mad Max Road and stuff. And I think it called it like Mad Cat or Cat Max Furry Road or something like that.
I do This one was pretty crazy too, by the way. Sorry to butt in with that. Turkey. If you guys are wanting a original anime that's good, Turkey, it's a group of girls that bowl. They like bowling. They have a team and everything. And on the first episode, they accidentally go back in time to feudal Japan and must figure out how to come back to our time. But they're going to use their bowling to navigate feudal Japan. It's crazy, doesn't make sense, but somehow they pull it off. At least the show ended on a strong note. I really enjoyed how it ended. But yeah, if you like time travel stories with cute girls doing cute things, that's the series for you. That one. So yeah, a bunch of these I'm still watching. I need to finish, so I'll come back to them later, I guess. But yeah, we're not here to talk about all things anime. We're here to talk about all things manga, and for that, you can buy books at our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. You get your Omnibros trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and so much more for great discounted prices that range from 30 to 50% off at times. Free shipping in the US at orders that start at $50. Loyalty discount adds an extra 2% discount to your book orders if you make them on a weekly basis. Great packaging and wonderful customer service, which you can expect at InStockTrades.com. Also, at the end of October, because we just did the gift card giveaway on our 9th anniversary special, at the end of October, we will be doing a $50 gift card giveaway. If you want to participate, all you got to do is show up on that stream and hang out. We'll pick out a winner towards the end. Open to anybody out there in the world. So that, again, is courtesy of InStockTrades.com. Yeah. Going back in time, you have the chance to change the course of history. Would you do it, though? I probably wouldn't. Because that is what shaped us as who we are, the current society. So I think it would drastically change things. But if I were a troll, I would go back in time and people would ask me, how did you do it? How does that smartphone work? I'm like, I don't know. Sorry. And I would take pictures of everything and show them, and they would be scared that I was capturing their souls in the smartphone device.
I would try to do the most damage possible.
There you go.
I would, they say like, oh, don't step on a leaf, and
because all the leaves, baby.
Don't step on a butterfly because it's gonna kill I'm gonna go in there and just scorched earth that whole. Because I'm just gonna assume I can't get back to my time, so screw it. Everyone's gonna die. The whole timeline.
Let's go. William Lee, thank you for joining. We're almost out of here. Sorry about that. Although I did see this a little bit late. My bad. The animation reminds me of old Elite Beat Agents. There we go, on the DS. For which one? Oh God, which one I was talking about? Kane, if you can remind me which one it is, I would thank you so much. City is the best. No one's talking about it. I know. It's so frustrating. Go check him out. Go check it out if you haven't. Definitely got to check out City Animation Just Eclipse. I've seen it's one of the best made anime at least the last decade. Absolutely. They did not need to go as hard as they did for that. That was done by Kyoto Animation, which they're one of the goats. I think it's funny that they made the girls' boobs bigger in the anime. It is what it is. I tend to ignore that stuff, to be honest. Like not ignore it, but like whatever. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't bother me of the viewing experience from the show. Rudy Docs. Rent a Girlfriend anime will go on forever. Didn't season 5 just get announced or something? It's crazy. Amazing stream as always. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be kind to one another and see you all next time. Thank you for joining, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Riley, what you got cooking up?
I still need to put out my Baki video, which I've just been so like my head has been deep in my books the past couple weeks, just catching up with reading again. And then about 2 weeks from now, a little less than 2 weeks, hopefully, we'll get the October buyer's guide up. So those are the next couple things. And then Viz Media will have their license announcements in a couple weeks as well. So we'll either next Friday or the Friday after. It's going to be one of the two. So we'll talk about that. And then if I got nothing else going on in October, I'll try to finally do a library tour for the 3rd anniversary of when I posted my last one. So 3 years later, and I've almost doubled the size of the collection, which I didn't realize. But the craziest part about that is that I've pretty much read everything that I bought since then, because I've been such a stickler for keeping up with everything that I buy. So that's fun. Anyway, what about yourself?
I have a haul video that I need to finish filming after we're done here. So you'll see that pretty soon. I'm gonna probably upload that in like 12 hours from now. And then next week you should see 2 videos from me. I should have either the Yen Press book stuff, and I should have the anticipated manga releases for October on the 1st, because I always upload them on the 1st of every month. Also, next Thursday, we should have a special guest. I didn't realize that we had one more week of September releases. So I spoke with the guest. I'm like, can we switch it to next week so that you can be on for that? Like, sure, okay. I'm like, all right, cool. So expect that next week. So thank you everybody for joining. Appreciate it. Hit the like button on your way out. Join the different channels. Join the Discord. My Discord. Yeah, let's do that. That's a lot of fun. I would love to see you there. If you're not. And tomorrow there will be a show here on this very channel, and then we'll be back on Monday for another Omnibros experience. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to the live chat. Thank you to InStock Trades. Thank you to everybody watching later. Hit the like button down below. Comment, share the video, all that fun stuff. Peace and love. Good night. Have a great rest of your week and a fantastic weekend. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna leave you with Apartment Man. Shout out. Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams.